Crystal, we've had a lot of time of a lot of people talking about different trips. I've talked about trips. Libby Gifford talked about her trip. Anne talked about her trip. When do we get to hear from Crystal again?
Yes, finally. It's finally my time to take over your ears and not have Joe go on all these tangents. It's my turn to talk. Yay.
It's Crystal's big moment, everybody. We're going to
Yay.
take you to the beaches. We're going to go halfway around the world to Thailand,
Woohoo.
where Crystal tied on a good time.
Yes, she did. I like to refer to myself in the third person. She hopped around 3 different little islands. So sit back, relax, because you're going to learn all about. Have you been to Thailand, Joe?
I've only been to the Bangkok airport.
Okay.
And I was there around midnight, and I had some crazy pizza while we were waiting for our connecting flight. That was it.
Did you have lounge access?
I did not.
You can get a massage, but we'll talk about that inside of the show.
Deal. Even if I would have had lounge access, because it was midnight, I think all lounges were closed.
True.
Yeah. Literally, we landed at, I think, like 11:30, and our plane took off at 3 a.m. So, yeah, we were there in the middle of the night.
Yikes. We're going to talk about our gear, too. So at the end of this episode, yes. And guess what? It happens every episode. So at the end of this one, and every episode, you're going to hear our gear of the day pick. So if you're looking for best-in-class gear that's worth the price, head to our Amazon page. It's at stackingadventures.com/GOTD. You'll help the show and help yourself adventure betterer. I like saying that.
Be betterer.
Yes, for less money. Like the worse and worser person.
Ready for adventure? From vacation to staycation, and from the mountains to the beach. This is the Stacking Adventures podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the bestest show about travel around the world. She's Crystal, and I'm Joe. And welcome to the Stacking Adventures podcast. Every adventure has a story, and we always hear your stories. In fact, if you've been to Thailand, we're going to want to hear your stories in just a few weeks to that part of the world. But Crystal, what did you love about Thailand the most?
Ooh, I wouldn't say being away from home, but I don't know, just being on vacation. But the beaches were nice. The food, I would say, would be my top. Going back, looking at pictures, I'm like, why don't I eat like this every day? Because every meal, there is something fresh on your plate, and it's so beautifully colored. So that's what I loved. I loved how the food was just something fresh every single meal.
Yeah, but still, looking at some of the pictures that you shared with our Facebook group, the Stacking Adventure Clubhouse, by the way, if you'd like to join us over there, you shared some pictures. I would weigh 700 pounds.
No.
I would just eat and eat and eat.
It was fresh, though. It was really fresh. And of course, what I love to do, you get to walk a lot, too. So there was lots of walking and lots of fresh food.
Good point. So let's dive in. Why did you decide on Thailand? I mean, there's so many different places you can go. Why go to Thailand in 2019?
So I'm a person who loves to hit the easy button. Friends of mine were getting married. And so they're like, hey, we're getting married. There's a group of us going. Would you want to go? And I was like, hells yeah, I want to go. But, of course, you plan it yourself. I don't know. When I get married, husband, I hope you're out there somewhere. I wouldn't mind a destination wedding. And, obviously no gifts, just because that way you all just get away. There's no pressure of like gifts and all this other stuff and the dinners and blah, 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 blah.
The problem with the destination wedding is there is a little pressure to go. You know what I mean? Like if Crystal goes, hey, I'm going to Thailand to get married. I'm like, oh, now I'm going to Thailand whether I really want to or not.
Well, no, you don't have to. I mean, I understand budget. That's another thing I loved about Thailand. Everything was super cheap. And even when I went back to look at the prices of the hotels, because I'm like, oh, this was pre-COVID and, it's got to be more now. Nope. The prices are just the same as when I was there, because even planning the trip. So hopping into planning it. Okay. A friend of mine and I, we both divided and conquered on booking different things. Like the flights, it's like, all right, who has the most points or whatever for this, or who can get the best deal for this or that. Because our flight, it was direct flight. Well, not direct. It was Qatar Airlines, first of all. If you have not flown one of the other airlines, it knocks us out of the park. Well, I'm not going to say, because I've flown United overseas too, and it's beautiful.
What was so good about it?
The uniforms, like the presentation, like there is just like visually just stepping on. You're like, oh my God, they look so nice. And then the little welcome gift you get with the, well, I'm not going to, well, darn, this is leading to my hint of my gear. But you get a toothbrush, like you get these face washing cloths, you get these socks to walk around, if you want. So they really want to make your flight comfortable. And I am not afraid to admit I'm a middle seat kind of gal. I don't mind. I'm super tall. I don't mind sitting in the middle seat. So even in the middle seat, like I was so like comfortable, prim, proper, just from like the welcome I got and the food, the menu items, even on the airplane. I was like, whoa.
Wait, with all that stuff, that bag of stuff, were you
little?
Were you in business class?
No, was not in business class.
That was an economy.
Yeah. Regular middle seat class. Yes. Like I was like, they spoil
oh my goodness,
the regular folks like
Amazon
this.
Crystal in the middle seat in economy.
It was great. And so Qatar Airlines, so direct from Dulles to Qatar was about 12 and a half hours, small layover in Doha. And then from Doha to, sorry if I'm mispronouncing this stuff, to Bangkok, it was 6 hours. So it was a good break.
You didn't get to spend any time in Doha then?
A little bit at the airport lounge. The airport lounge was nice. So having, my Chase, it comes with priority pass. I know things have changed since then, but the airport lounge in Doha was really, really nice. Even on the way back, staying there, we waited out the TV room with the couch and everything, because we had a pretty long layover coming back. So definitely waited out that room, because there's a whole bunch of different rooms. There's like showers, there's amazing food, drinks, all that in the Doha lounge and the Bangkok lounge.
That's fabulous. It took me the longest time to spring for the airline lounge access. It took me forever to do it. And when I finally did it, I'll never go back.
It's changing.
I will never, ever go back, because the airline lounge it's such a nice respite.
Yes.
And what's weird is I have access to 3 different lounges. Capital One, but I have kind of a low credit card where I only get to go once a year or twice a year.
Okay.
I get to go twice a year. And then I have access to the American Airlines lounge, which doesn't have great food.
I don't.
And then I have access to the American Express lounge through the Stacking Benjamins card that we have. And I'll tell you, the American Express lounge has the best food, and it's probably the nicest lounge, but Crystal, it's always packed.
Oh,
It is always packed. And you go to the American Airlines lounge, the food isn't nearly as good, but it's usually half empty when I go. And I actually prefer, it's funny because I'm like, okay, I'd say 9 times out of 10 now, I go to the American Airlines lounge. So I'm thinking about actually getting rid of the American Express card, because I don't know, except when I travel internationally. But you love the Priority Pass lounge in Doha.
Right. And how do you have the American lounge access?
I actually just upgraded to the black American Airlines card. I used to have the gray card, but Cheryl got the black card.
Okay.
And when she got the black card, the fee on that card is a monster fee.
But it's worth it always, right?
Well, here's the deal. She gets upgraded every time we fly for free.
Nice.
So one time she gets upgraded on a flight like from Texarkana to Seattle, and there's a $900 difference right there.
Wow.
So,
oh yeah, I know it. I know. That's why I love to talk about that. I only have cards that have a fee, because what you get is way more than that fee. Because my Chase, the Sapphire Reserve, is how I got airport lounge.
Yeah, if we didn't fly, it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it if we didn't fly. Well, the reserve would, because you get to use it for lots of points and stuff.
Right.
Did you pay for this flight using points?
Yes. Yep. I paid for the flight. I paid for the hotel, and because so 3 places. Did I say the 3 places? So went to Bangkok, Chupon, and Koh. So those 3 different islands we went to, and I paid for. Let's see, I paid for the hotel in Bangkok with points. That was the At Mind Executive Suites. That hotel was only $40 a night, and I
40
thought,
bucks a night.
listen, I thought
It sounds like the
was
sketchiest
cheap.
thing ever.
No, it was, well, they were undergoing some renovations, but I thought, are they giving us a discount because the renovations? Because that doesn't bother me at all. Like, it was just like the lobby area that was being renovated. And so it's like, sorry, we're just going to have to, you have to get free room service because we don't have like the breakfast area. And I was like, well, boo hoo, thanks. I don't have to like get half dressed to go down for some breakfast, before I'm ready, to miss out. Because I forget what the time difference was. But yeah, so ordered room service every day for breakfast. And the food was so good for the breakfast. Like,
wow.
I was having like rice and stuff for breakfast, but it was really, really, really good. And there's some pictures too of some weird fruits that I'd never seen before, but those were also good too. But I also looked it up. That hotel is still about $40 a night also.
It still is now.
Yes, and it's right by the train. So that was day one. So day one,
this is the photo. This is in Bangkok.
Yeah, in Bangkok.
Yeah,
right
so
by the train.
So you've taken this massive international flight. You don't have that long a layover in Doha, and then you have 6 hours on another flight. What time did you get into Bangkok?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
You don't remember?
I remember sleeping. But I remember sleeping most of the time. Yeah, was it night? I think it was night.
Oh, good.
And so went right to bed.
Good.
Yeah. Because I remember starting fresh the next day. That's a good question.
That's nice because that kind of helps you a little bit with your time hangover,
Yeah.
When we went to Nepal, we got there at like midnight, and it was so nice to go to bed right away afterward, when we got there. And the next day, I just felt a pang of tiredness around 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
It would be like 4 a.m. our time. But besides that, it was good. Like I was pretty good because we got to sleep right away.
Yeah, Dubai is the only place I remember being super crazy tired. But the other places, for some reason, I don't remember the time lag. But that place was nice. So the first stop, hopped on the train because we were a few steps from the train. It is cute because there's like a 7-Eleven, and they give you your change in these stamps, these super cute stamps with characters on them. So if you have like pennies of change, they'll just give it to you in the form of stamps that are worth however much change you had left over. But a friend of mine that was getting married, the first stop was to get a custom suit. So went to the mall. What was the name of that mall? It was something to Area 21 or something like that.
And for people who don't know, Southeast Asia is known for custom suits and being able to get this stuff really inexpensively. My son was getting ready to do his interview when we were in Vietnam, and he got an interview suit while we were in Vietnam.
I know. I really wanted to get pants too. I was like, that's one regret. I wish I would have gotten pants made because I'm super tall, and I really would have benefited from a pair of like custom pants.
That's cool.
But yeah, it was called Terminal 21 at Azok Mall. Then we took the train again. Like, the train was super easy, obviously.
That was my next question.
Yeah, the train was super easy. And they have a lot of things in both languages, obviously, too. So the train was easy. You go up, pay. They even have, which I wish we had at I guess most train stations here, but food, like there's tea, like there's all kinds of nice snacks and food that you can buy. There's like a little convenience. Well, no, at the train station.
At the train station.
Yeah, like they had convenient snacks and all that, like a little convenience pop-up store at the train station. And so then I got
to believe, hold on, I also got to believe, Crystal, that the train wasn't expensive either.
No, very, very nominal. I don't even remember, but it was like our regular commuter trains out here, like $1 or $2.
Beautiful. And
then we there was a weekend market because we did arrive on a weekend day. Or that our first day was on the weekend. So it was like I can't pronounce it. It's the Chatu.
Oh, I'm looking at the picture. Chattachek.
Yeah, Chattachek weekend market. And so that was cool because they had, a whole bunch of different stuff, a whole bunch of different food. They had this big, huge bowl of like this rice that they were cooking. And that's how they served it, to you from there. They had these like, they look like serpents on a stick.
Ugh.
Definitely didn't eat that. But like that, what is the one thing they talk about Thailand? Street food. The street food was really good. I tried a lot of it. Even the floating markets, like some of the people you walk up and they're sitting in their little boat that's tethered to like the sides of the area that you're walking around. And that's what you buy your food from there.
I bet the fish is like freshly caught.
The freshest fish ever too. Well, I don't know, Greece had the freshest fish too, but yeah, it is. It's like everything is just so like, and I love how like prepared and like, it's like a little presentation with it too. Like
for people that don't go to the markets when you travel, you really want to carve out time to do that. You talked about going to the market also when you were in Tokyo. I remember that's where you ran into Ramit Sethi.
Yeah. the fish market. It is. I even like going to farmer's market here. So it's like picture, the farmer's market. Like that's just a routine, a habit for a lot of people. And that is like, I'm glad that we have that here too, because I didn't get into it till after being overseas.
Isn't that wild that you get into it way halfway across the world and then go to our own farmer's market? But the cool thing about it is that that's where you see the locals. You see the way people really eat.
Yep.
You see what they do. And you get to interact with people. And man, it's so fun to go to the market. Always. Now when we go places, we find time for the markets and on places. It's funny. I think Jim was the one that told me I was pronouncing it wrong. Is it Viator?
Viator. Yes.
I think it's Viator.
We're saying it wrong again.
Jim is yelling at his device because we get it wrong. But on Viator, we're going to go with that for today. And then he can tell me I was wrong. On Viator, you can find, or even on TripAdvisor, frankly, you can find these market guides. Now, they are taking you around to their favorite stalls, which means they've been paid by these different stalls to bring you by, and you're going to buy stuff. But you know what? They don't want it to suck. And we generally will do that, Crystal. We'll get a guide, and they'll take us around and tell us about the local cuisines and what they eat. And I'll try crap that I wouldn't have tried in a million years by hiring the guide. And by the way, we did that in Vienna. We did that in Vietnam. We did that in we did it in Kathmandu. So just around the world, seeing the different markets. We did it in Jordan. We did it in Amman, Jordan, went through the market. So just all the different, it's cool to see all the local foods and to just stick stuff in your mouth that you wouldn't have thought you would have done in a million years.
Okay. Yeah. You keep it clean, Joe. But yeah, that is funny. And another thing that's on my list are the Christmas markets. Like I have not seen any of the Christmas markets overseas. So that's on my list of seeing a lot of the Christmas markets.
Well, I'm booked to go again this year. So
nice.
I will be going at the beginning of December with my mom. We're taking my mom.
Oh,
it's my mom's first time ever outside of the U.S. or Canada.
And how old?
She's 78.
Wow. That's amazing.
And has never been. And she's so nervous, Crystal. She's so nervous.
I cannot imagine. All right, good luck.
And you already know, we're going to be floating down the Rhine River, and you already know how easy that is to go through Europe. Yeah. And once she gets there, she's going to go, why did I wait so long? Like, what was I doing?
Yes. Oh, gosh.
I'm looking at your picture of the big bowl of rice that they're panning out. That's a huge bowl of rice.
It is ginormous. And so the other things to do besides the floating market also, like they're all of the traditional things, like the golden palace is there. You see like the Grand Palace and then the Golden Palace. So there's this big giant Buddha. And when I say big giant Buddha, I would be interesting to see the stats on how big this guy is, because he's leaned on his side. I put a picture of him leaned on his side, and I would even say his bicep is taller than like 5-8 story building.
Oh goodness,
couple stories. Yeah, he's really tall. Maybe 4. about 4 stories.
Is this
And
tower?
then
You got a
his
picture.
feet.
You've got a picture over a river of a temple that's all lit up at night. Is that the Golden Palace or Golden Temple?
Yes, I believe that is. So we did a dinner boat cruise. So that's another thing you have to do. And if you can tell from the decor of like, my place setting, it looks pretty old. The boat was made out of wood also. So I'm like, okay, it's pouring rain. So it was nice weather. So we were there in September. So it was nice. And oh my God, my hair, the humidity got the best of my hair because day one, it was laid. Last day, fro. But I was like, it's pouring rain and we're about to get on a wooden boat, but had the time of our lives. They do a show on the boat. And the food was very good. There were lots of food options too, lots of drink options. We rode in a tuk-tuk. So that's, you have to ride in a tuk-tuk when you're there. Is it a rickshaw? Is the similar name of
kind of but it's like
on a bike.
It's almost like the equivalent of a mullet, where it's business in front, party in the back.
Yes,
it's motorcycle in front, but it's a carriage in the back.
Yes, and I had some videos of us in there because they go crazy. Like they loved us. They loved like driving around in those little things. It was hilarious. It was definitely, and then the different tuk-tuks too. Like they have the Super Mario Brothers themed ones. Like they have all different theme ones too. They had some furry looking ones at one of the places we stopped. So it was definitely hilarious, but they were cute little coffee shops that we would, stop and just grab a bite too. And I liked also the pricing. Again, pricing was super cheap to eat. It's like they want to feed you. They don't want to price gouge you. They just want you to eat something good and then, spread the word about it.
If you can find a way to get there, it sounds like that's the most expensive part is getting to Thailand.
Flight. Yeah, I don't remember how much I'm going to look. And then, of course, use Google Flights to pick,
sure,
best dates. Then they had Asia Teak. That's their version of like a Navy pier of where like the Ferris wheel is. And then they have like all the other like attractions and again, another market, restaurants, and then a lot of other really, really cool stuff. We did another boat ride. There's a picture of me with my life jacket. I was the only one with my life jacket on. But, we rode in a boat with the guy, one guy pedaling us from one place to another, one part of town to the other, because Bangkok, it's surrounded, there's a lot of water. There's a really like long, I think it's the river that's there. So there's places on both sides of the river also. So we were floating from, not literally floating, but we would go, different sides also. And the boat rides were pretty cheap too. And so for part 2 of our trip was Chupan, and we took a hopper flight on over there. And
why did you decide to go to Champan?
That's where the wedding was.
And
so
okay.
One of my friends was actually from there. So we had an excellent tour guide from, word of mouth also. So I bought fabric, of course, while I was there. And a fun fact was I made most of the clothes, actually, that you'll see. Even the dress that I wore to the wedding is a dress
that's
that
cool.
I made. Yeah.
Before we do this, I got a couple more questions about Bangkok.
Yep.
In that part of the trip. Did you feel safe the whole time you were there?
Yes, I did. Even at night, of course, we're talking 2019.
Sure.
But they loved us. They loved Americans.
I don't think there's that much difference in 2019 and 2025.
I don't think there's a difference. But yeah, I had a blast, like everywhere we went. And a lot of people, I don't know, sometimes people think you're a celebrity, even though you have not that look about you. But they were welcoming. Even, I guess, communicating wasn't, I don't even remember having like language barrier issues. At the different places, I would say, because everything is pretty universal of, where to eat, I'm here to check in, all that kind of stuff. Like all those processes were super smoothly. Even booking everything was super smooth.
Yeah, I finally got to the picture of the Buddha, and you're right. Must be 5 stories tall, 6 stories tall.
It's huge and it's long. I would say a block long, probably too. That
stretched out, reclining. Yeah, the feet are way down there. This picture is from the head, and the feet are way down there. Oh, look how small the people are by the feet. Wow,
right.
wow. Last question about Bangkok was I had a friend that went there maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And she actually, when she and her family, her name's Miata. And I actually had done some writing for her when I was just transitioning out of financial planning. And Miata, when she went with her family, Crystal, she had a monkey steal her purse while she was in Bangkok. And she had to do the thing where you bribed it with a banana and it would drop it would drop the purse to pick up the banana. Luckily, it dropped the purse because I've heard that doesn't work a lot. But did you see any monkeys when you were there?
No, that's what I'm wondering. I wonder where she was when that happened, because we stayed pretty much city side. Because like I said, the hotel was right by the train. So in the mornings we would adventure for the day, hop on the train, and then make it towards somewhere else or towards the water, and then either hop on a boat or do something else. So yeah, I did not. There was probably the funniest thing was in Chupan, like there was a dog that wandered. Like there were dogs and cats that kind of owned that island because it was definitely way more laid back. But yeah, they went wherever they wanted.
That's wild. When Cheryl was just in Turkey, she's like, there were cats everywhere. There were just cats that everybody fed everywhere. Well, the music is coming up. We're going to hear about Chupan, and we're going to hear about that name, by the way, sounds like it's right out of a Marvel movie.
Oh yeah,
Qatar.
That's my Marvel name.
We're going to hear about them after the break, but the midway point of the show is our midway pit stop. And this is like, you're taking a pit stop halfway to your destination. You're wondering what's like when you're going to be there. And for us, we're wondering what the gear of the day is. We have a whole page of gear that Crystal and I have already road tested. We've used it. We know that this stuff works, and it's truly made our trips better. You can find all of our gear of the day and why we like it and what the potential downsides might be. I like that we put that in there too, Crystal, about you might not like it if.
Yeah.
Yep. It's at stackingadventures.com/GOTD or gear of the day. Actually, I noticed the official is gear of the week. Somehow we transitioned it over to gear of the day. But
it is.
Yeah, they all work though. So
look at us.
So what's our hint, Crystal?
All right. So our hint, and I was thinking, did I have this one before? Our hint is that it's something that you will need. Okay, I hinted at it being in like the welcome packet, like when you get on the flight. But obviously, I've never gotten this on an American flight. But sometimes you get these little fancy, little refreshing packets for when you land or for during the flight. But this is something you can definitely use at the hotel. You can use it at home. And this will keep you, it's like, it kind of like helps to weed out distractions, and to keep your rhythm going.
That's a phone call if we want to take that.
Boom. I know someone really wants to
probably
guess.
not.
Someone really wants to guess at our gear of the day. So I would say it keeps you on your rhythms because it helps with like distractions and stuff. Like,
I think I know what it is. Let me think about it during our break here, and we'll be right back.
BRB.
All right, Crystal, your gear of the day it's something to weed out distractions. You can use it at home. You can use it on the road. But it takes care of distracting things.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I know exactly what it is. I'll give you my guess, though, at the end of the show.
Ah, okay.
All right. So let's move on to where the wedding was. Chupan, and I'm seeing pictures of this little plane that you were on.
Yeah, super cute hopper flight. It's a commuter flight also. So that thing, you see people like they come off, hop on, and keep going. And there's 2 doors. Another thing that why don't we do? So if your seat's a certain number, you're getting on the back door. If your seat's a certain number, you're getting on the front door. And the same for exiting. And it was so efficient. Like,
I had that in Nepal. The plane boarded and took off so quickly.
Yes, because they do it like so many times a day. Like that flight went back and forth so many times a day, and I think it was less than $100. Also, it was not super probably less than that. I don't remember the exact number for this one, but we stayed at a resort. It was called the Nana Beach Resort. I don't remember how much this one was either. But I've got pictures. Like, it's a beautiful resort, but it was quiet. It was this place, if you're going for like the party life, nightlife, this was super quiet. Like, this was the chill out, like, we're going to relax, like very, very chill. And this is where the dogs were also, because we walked, and this is a good place for walking and exploring. And first of all, the rooms are breathtaking. They're little houses that you get.
Oh,
so it's
your own little villa.
Cute little villa. Yes, like a whole bunch of different villas. There's a pool in addition to the beach. And there's this really nice, like where the food was stunning. Like it's a place like with the pictures of the world and the elephants and all that stuff. That's where the food was.
Indoor or outdoor?
It's indoor, but it's just floor to ceiling walls.
Wow.
And it's just amazingly beautiful.
I'm looking at a picture of the pool. It is a regular, rectangular pool, but it's angled toward the ocean, and you're looking down the spine of it to the ocean in the distance. So I'm in the pool. I'm enjoying the pool. I've got this beautiful ocean with islands around and palm trees.
Just beautiful.
I could spend all day here. It looks like it was raining when you're taking the picture.
Well, some of the days it rained. It's almost like almost the Caribbean, how it rains every day, monsoon, and then sun comes out. But it didn't rain every single day, just a couple of days it rained. And you'll like this. I actually went to the national park. Totally didn't know that I was at a national park. So I did go to, it's called Pak Nam National Park, and they have this like really scary looking wooden bridge that you can walk across, and it's long. So I took a couple pictures on the bridge. Like literally the boards are not even the same sizes. They're kind of staggered. Man. Like it takes some bravery to walk across this bridge. And so part of the wedding too, like they take gifts to a monk. And that was a funny thing because, and you take gifts, it's like normal things like toilet paper, soap, like a new outfit, like the robe, the covering that they wear. And in the middle of that ceremony of giving the monks the gift, a dog just walks in and sits and like, oh, I watched too. So that was another funny thing. But the souvenirs, but it was, and then another highlight of the.
Well, wait a minute. Let's go back to the bridge for a second because I finally found the photo of the bridge. Yeah. And the bridge looks sketchy.
Very, very sketchy. But
so
safe.
Sketch.
It was safe. If I walked across that bridge, any of you guys can, because it's sketch times 10, but it was safe.
Before we get to the wedding, which I want to talk about here in a second, I want to talk about some of those, because you were just bringing up some of the snacks and souvenirs.
Yes.
You had, for people that don't know, Asia is known for wacko Kit Kats, just wacko Kit Kats. And I see you got a picture here with a couple weird ass Kit Kat flavors. I can't even read what they are. Do you remember what these Kit Kats are?
Well, they had the purple sweet potato. That was
sweet potato Kit Kat.
Yes. Yep. The purple sweet potato.
It looks like purple poop.
It does. And it was like the matcha. That's the one with the green one.
The green.
But look at the nude. The name of the mint is called nude. I don't know that they knew how that translated.
It is, but it's nude.
Like their little they're essential oils inside of those little pellets. And it's cute because you play a little game to get it to fall out of the dispenser. It's like, what little game is
that's
that?
funny. The little tablets are getting caught in the letters.
Right.
So think about that little thing. Think about that little game. I played a little bit when I was a kid when there was like the marble. Remember there was the marble and you're trying to get it all the way around?
It's a maze.
It is a maze.
Pretty much a maze. So you have to get the little pellet through the maze.
I don't want my mints frustrating, Crystal.
But they were good because it was just essential oil. So there was like peppermint. I I forget what are other
Yeah, you've got
flavors,
green ones. You've got a pinkish red one. Oh, a raspberry, it says.
Okay.
Oh, and there's another one here. What's that one? This one is
chips.
peppermint. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Lay's. They had different flavors of the Lay's. I bought the sweet basil flavor, and those were really, really, really good.
See, that sounds like something I'd eat here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Why don't we have these? I guess at the international grocery stores, they probably have those. But yeah, they had some really cool flavors. And then
let's talk about the wedding.
Stamps.
This beautiful outfit that you're in for the wedding. Is this what they made locally?
Well, no. So I made that, but the sash that I have on is what they give locally and what they make locally. And speaking of making locally, we made fabric. So I designed my own fabric scarf, which, I have it here too, but super cute. I had them write my name in Thailand 2016 on it. So there's a picture of like a before and after of when. So you use wax and you use different paints to make the different patterns. Like it's the melted wax, and you draw the patterns with the melted wax, and that kind of protects the fabric from being dyed. So that's how we made this super beautiful. Like this is my favorite. I always get a compliment when I wear it too. But yeah, I made a super cool.
But knowing you, Crystal, you're in heaven making this stuff.
I'm surprised my head did not explode.
Well, and this is another important thing. When you go to other parts of the world, take your favorite hobby. Oh, look at that. Thailand 2019. Them write my
name. Yeah, that's my name in Thai.
It looks like asana.
Asana.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, your name looks like asana.
The word asana. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. That was so memorable. That made it really, really memorable and special too. So I recommend that too.
Well, and that's what I was saying was that when you go to these other places, one thing that we've learned as well is take whatever your hobby is and go see how people do that hobby wherever you are. Crystal, you know me, I go to board game stores around the world.
Oh.
And generally I can't buy anything because the rules are in a different language. But we had this game when we were in Peru. We have this card game, that llama card game that people have bought from our Gear of the Day. We bought a deck there because we forgot to bring it. And I actually bought it and gave it to my other friends, and I taught them how to play it so they wouldn't need the Spanish rules. They'd just be able to learn from me. And we played that game every night. After we were done, we'd go to the beautiful bar at the hotel and play a round or two of llama with a drink before we all headed to bed.
Now you're going to get me into card games now.
Well, I just really like the fact that you went and did fabric. Cheryl has done some pottery in these different places we've gone where they're really good at pottery. I know in Peru, they also had people that made all kinds of blankets and stuff. You would have loved that. But just see how it lines up and go on those specific tours and see how people around the world are doing the same stuff you're doing. It really, I don't know, it makes you remember that we're all more alike than we are different.
100%. And then getting around town, that was also nice because a lot of places we went on foot, but then like that fabric workshop, we had a car for that, and the hotel arranges that stuff too if you want to go somewhere. Yeah, very, very helpful.
Wait a minute, you had a car? Did they had a driver for the car?
Us up. Yeah, no, like it was like a Uber, but it was more like van style.
Okay, yeah. So
like,
you didn't try to drive.
Go. Right? No, definitely no. And then of course they had a floating market there, but then from Chupan we went to Qatar, and that one was a speedboat. So that was another super cool because that.
Now wait a minute. Before we get to the speedboat, why did you decide? Well, can we talk about the wedding first before we exit a little bit? Because I'm seeing they have this wedding all set up like right on the beach.
Oh yeah,
and
it
it's
was
this
stunning.
Beautiful
flowers.
Just this beautiful like windowed area with the flowers on both sides and flowers across the top, and a little white table and the beach and an island way off in the distance. What a beautiful place to get married.
Yeah, beautiful. And it was quiet. So we had the place to ourselves too. That also made it more intimate. It made it a lot easier for logistics and all that other stuff because it was perfect. And then there was a bar somewhere over there because I had I don't know if I included the picture of the alcohol. It was King Thong was the name of the.
Oh, I did. I saw an empty bottle.
Hong Thong. It was called Hong Thong.
I thought you emptied the bottle. You didn't empty the bottle. That bottle was just at the bar.
I helped. No. I helped with that.
You did your part for
with that one.
Country. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And also, by the way, before we move on, there was a pizza place with some weird pizzas that you had one night. It looks like shrimp all over everything.
Oh yeah, that was delicious. So there is a mall also out there. They ride a lot of those scooters because I had a picture of the lined up of how many. There's like more scooters than cars. And the mall was super. They had a Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like they had all that stuff at the mall also. But yeah, we went into town to the mall and that was pretty funny. But we ate at a pizza place that it was amazing pizza too. Like, and I was like, okay, why would I come here and not have, Thai food every time? We're like, you know what? Let's see how they do pizza. And yeah, there's shrimp on their pizza.
I totally agree. After a few days of just consistently, I don't eat one consistent food here. Like today for lunch, I'll probably have Mexican food. A couple of days ago, I had Italian food. Like even here, I'm not eating what's American burgers and barbecue, right?
Right.
So French fries every day. I don't know. But seeing how they do it, like just looking at this, it looks like this blend of what they've taken to be quote American mixed with traditional Thai stuff. To your point, shrimp all over everything. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing wings and French fries and
noodles and sauce.
And sauce. It's crazy.
Shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny when we were at the Bali airport, I had heard because a friend of ours who lives in Bali told us, he said, have you had Pizza Hut? I'm like, I'm not getting Pizza Hut while I'm in Bali.
On earth?
They had one at the airport and our plane was delayed by 3 hours. So Crystal, we went to Pizza Hut. It was amazing.
That's funny.
They had all kinds of different gourmet spaghetti dishes and all of these Italian food dishes. They had steak at a Pizza Hut.
At Pizza Hut. That's
high-end mixed drinks at the Pizza Hut in the airport. It was really good. It was crazy.
I would not have expected that.
No,
that's probably like the go-to. I will include pictures, because I took pictures of their menus too, and it was pretty funny. It was totally different food.
Now, why did you decide to go to Koh Tao after the wedding?
Well, a friend of mine wanted to dive because she loves diving, and that's supposed to have like amazing, breathtaking diving. And the group they went to. So we took a speedboat over, and even the speedboat, that was not expensive. And that was another one. You just, you walk up, pay right there, and then you're on your way. I don't know how many. It's like a water
taxi.
They had, right. Yeah. But it's speed though. It's not your grandma's water taxi. Like it was fast. Like that sucker, like once they turned the jets on, like we were like, your face flutters if you're on the top deck. Like on the cartoons, like that is seriously what happened if you're on the top deck when it started to go fast.
Wow.
But Koh Tao was beautiful. We all stayed. So this was the one that I booked with all points, the Jamahkiri Resort and Spa. And this place, okay, this is another one that I thought, okay, this is only cheap because, it's a, low travel or something. But it's still around the same because this place was $144 a night. Let's see. Was it $144?
I just pulled this up, Crystal. This is a really small island off the coast.
Oh, yeah, it's tiny. It is a small island, but like I said, the diving is breathtaking over there.
I believe it.
And it has a cool sounding name. So the hotel was amazing. Got a massage, obviously, at that place.
Had to. What were you going to do?
Amazing. Right. Twist my arm. But the room's hardwood floors, like that room was the best room probably ever. And the food, like if you see like where the breakfast was, the place was huge, and the palm trees and the water in the back, like The food spread every day was just, there was no reason to leave the hotel.
Well, can we talk about just the pool? You've got pictures of your drinks and you're sitting by the pool and they have this natural looking rock pile. But beyond that, it looks like a piece of it's almost infinity pool, because I see that there's chairs on the far side of the pool that must be looking the other way out at the ocean.
Yep. And I put a picture of the, all the, like the water sports too. So actually on the ocean, they had a station for you to do all the water sports that your heart can desire. And it was free. And I hate that I didn't do those, because in Antigua, I started every day with water sports. But here I didn't, because I was still scared, because it was the ocean. And I was like, that water looks deep.
Yeah, man, the restaurant inside there, this looks like the buffet breakfast.
Yes.
Everything laid out. And just views right from the place. The windows all open and the palm trees. And I could just imagine the breeze coming in.
Just stunning.
What a heavenly way to start your day.
Sunrises, sunsets. And like I said, this was $144 a night. Like, where can you get this?
High end place.
Please tell me. Like, I really thought, because I was like, okay, they're filming it was White Lotus in Thailand. I was like, they're gotta be at this resort. Not even realizing that this isn't even considered high end.
It gets even better.
How is this right? And so that was cool. Another funny thing about the island was there's this big pig that just lives on the island. The restaurants leave a bowl out for him or her, whatever. And yeah, that was part of the nightlife. And because they had a daily shuttle that went into downtown, and it went from the resort to what's the word they call it? Mayhad is the main square in the town.
How far away was downtown?
I would say it took like maybe 5 minutes. It was super close, but it was so hilly. It was
gotcha.
Hilly.
Okay.
Yeah, some of it, because we even walked, because our friends were at another resort, and then our other friends were at an Airbnb. And so we walked to our friend's resort, but we got on that shuttle to go like into town to meet up with our friends that were at the Airbnb, because their Airbnb was right in town. But the hills, like, I'm surprised at the shocks on the hotel shuttle, because the hills were so steep though, like going up and down from the hotel, even the stairs. I was so mad we didn't find out there was a shortcut to get to our room till like the last day. And I was like, well, why did he bring us this way on the first day? Because I was like, oh man, we got to walk up those stairs, because you walk so far up and then you walk back down. And I was like, why do I have to go up to come back down?
Oh, you're getting your daily steps.
Definitely got our daily steps, but that was cool. So then going back home, we bookended it. We bookended the trip with Bangkok, so that they could pick up suits and all that other stuff. And then we had another night in Bangkok, which again, I cannot believe that hotel was $40 a night. And then
how did you get from Qatar back to Bangkok? Because I'm looking, you've journeyed quite a ways south of Bangkok on this trip. Like, you start in Bangkok, which is north, and then you kind of made your way further south. So now you're quite a ways from Bangkok. How did you get back there?
Same way. So we hopped on the same speedboat back to Chupan, and then we took a flight from
the commuter
Chupan.
flight.
Yeah. Yep. That commuter flight.
Must have been 30-minute flight.
Yeah. It was super, super short. I would say, I think, or maybe 40. No, probably about 30. Yeah. Cause I was like, we got up and came right back down, but they still gave us water, these cute little water bottles. But it was like two, it was very small, but yeah, it was full.
You make me want to go there, Crystal. I know.
I'm ready to go to like Chiang Mai and all the other places, because just looking at how cheap the hotels were. And I was like, this has got to be just because, they're remodeling. And no, that's the prices even now. So I'm planning another trip.
My friend Chris, who has traveled the world, he's my mountain climber buddy that really is responsible for me kind of even being here today and getting out of financial planning. Chris, I asked him, out of all the places he's been traveling the whole world, what's his favorite place? And he said Thailand. Without a doubt, it's Thailand. It is fantastic. He absolutely has loved every time he's gone there, and has had a wonderful, wonderful time going there and thought that it was really cool. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law also very much love Thailand. However, they had gone more inland, the opposite way, when they've gone. In fact, like Chiang Mai, up into northern Thailand, that area they've been to. And I wonder how different that is from the beach experience that you had.
True.
I don't know.
True. But
I'd love to hear from some of our adventures. Like what Thailand adventures have you had? Heck, it doesn't even have to be that. It can be Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, which are 3 countries I've been to. Maybe in the future we can talk about my experience going to those 3 countries.
And then you would head to stackingadventures.com/mystory we would love to hear your story.
Please do. We're going to do that in about 4 weeks. So you've got a few weeks.
Yeah, I love listening to those.
It's so fun to
and
hear.
You guys do a very good job also. Like, shout out to our listeners I feel like I'm all over the place rambling when I tell stories, but you guys do a really very good job. I'm very impressed.
I think they're teaching us.
Yes.
I think they are teaching us how to be better storytellers. What was the national park that you were in Bangkok?
Oh yeah, it was Pak Nam National Park.
Gotcha. And what was it known for? For that big Buddha?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know I was in a park. But no, I think it was a bridge and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what it was known for.
Yeah.
So I wish I'd known. But
sounds like
now that I have a podcast, I will pay more attention. I can't wait to go somewhere now. I'll be so thorough in my documentation.
Yeah, where is your next trip to?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You don't have one? TravelCon. I'm going home to Chicago, and then I'm going to TravelCon in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, yeah. you're going to tell us about Saguaro National Park.
Yes, and if you are gonna be at TravelCon, please let me know also, because I'm gonna do some pop-up interviewing of people.
You have to make time. I don't know if you already have your tickets, but I hope you make time for my favorite museum in the world called the Desert Sonora Museum, which is out there as well. So I love that place, and I'd love to get your take on it. So great times. All right, so make sure you get us your stories, and
yes, please.
Crystal, time for our gear of the day.
Oh, yes.
This is clearly, this gets rid of distractions. It's the mask.
Yes.
It's the mask.
This is from one of those packets too. Look how fancy.
Yep. It's funny because I brought mine home as well.
Yeah. Actually, so when I yoga at home, I use this too because my shade is stuck at half mast. So I wake up and do yoga, and so when it's time for the reflection part, I put this over my eyes. I thought you were gonna say earplugs, so that's a good one.
No, but they do give you earplugs too a lot of the time in those.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got earplugs too, which I don't use, but yes, you guys see, I made it too easy.
That's fabulous. We'll have a good mask. However, if you take an international flight, a lot of the time they will give them to you. I'm surprised you got them in economy. That's really cool. That is super cool. When I've been business class, I've gotten them. I don't remember getting a mask when I was in economy.
And toothpaste and toothbrush.
That's fantastic.
And socks.
Yeah, the socks.
This has got to be some sort of mistake.
The socks I got in premium economy. Again, I don't remember getting them in economy. That's funny. Wow. Yep. Good stuff. And by the way, putting the socks on is great because a lot of people when they're sleeping, they want to take their shoes off. Yeah. And if you take off your shoes and you got your bare feet,
that's disgusting. Yeah.
Hard pass.
Just
anyway,
don't do that.
All right, everybody. Coming up next week, we got an adventure that we're going to keep a secret, and mostly because our guest couldn't make it.
I was like, did you get the email? Okay.
Yes. And so we're going to be figuring it out, Crystal and I, between now and then. We do have the rest of them coming out. We like to work 5 weeks ahead, but I just found out Crystal, our guest, cannot make it that we thought that was coming up. We've especially had a hard time with these Disney experts, which is we were going to do planning the best Disney trip. how that would work. And we've had a heck of a time getting the Disney experts to be able to come. They are super busy right now with lots of changes going on at Disney. So anyway, neither Mike Rahman or Lou Mangello is able to make it. So we'll see what's coming up next week. But I know it's going to be something good. And it's going to be another story from another adventure.
As usual.
Well, thank you, Crystal, for the story.
No. Thank you for listening.
I'm so excited to head back to Southeast Asia.
Yeah,
all right.
This was fun.
I'm Crystal.
And he's Joe. You tricked me.
We'll see you next time. Keep adventuring.
All right. Thanks for listening.